Alright, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the CIA Triad. That's confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Today's focus is going to be on integrity. Integrity for me is really the security behind objects, let's say a file, and its reliability. We don't want it to be changed, we don't want it to be removed, deleted, none of that. It's really the integrity of those data and objects. So what better way to see integrity in action is with a real life example. I have a program. Let's take a look at this chart. And in this program, it's going to ask the user if it wants to collect the new baseline or to begin monitoring new files with the saved baseline. So what the baseline is going to do is going to calculate hash values from target files. Once it does that, it's going to store them in a baseline.txt. So once the user, choose option B, that's when we can begin monitoring those files with the baseline txt. We're going to load the file hash pairs from the baseline, and then it's going to go down to continuously monitoring the file integrity. That is to loop through each file, calculate the hash, make sure nothing's been changed, compare it to the original hash in baseline.txt. And then finally, if anything is moved, deleted, or changed, the program's going to notify us if the actual hash is different from the baseline txt. It's going to send out an alert. So without getting too much into it, this is pretty much the program. Full disclaimer, I got this code from an online tutorial. I'll definitely link that down, and I really urge you to take a look at it. Download my file. I've made a bunch of comments that goes through each block of code. So what I did was inputted a file. So I put these two files. So this is the file path. The program is going to continuously check. In the files folder, I have 4 test txt documents with super secret messages. So when we get the baseline.txt file, it's going to collect the hashes from this moment on. We'll see that in a bit. And then we'll see when we allow it to continuously run and check its hashes to make sure everything's unchanged and alert us if any change is found. So let's take a look. So what we're going to do is run this code. What would you like to do? Collect new baseline or begin monitoring files with saved baseline? So this is our first crack at it. So let me go back and take a look. So I'm gonna choose A to collect the baseline txt. There it is. Let's take a look. So in this file, it's again the file path with its corresponding hash. Again, a hash is kind of a thumbprint, I like to think about it. It really connects two objects together, but the concept is hashes aren't reversible. Just like you can't build a person from just his fingerprint, but you can ID whose fingerprint it belongs to. So here we have our 4 files with their corresponding hash values. So this is our baseline. So if I hypothetically go into here, the files, test1, I start writing, it's gonna know, it's gonna alert us. But we're not there yet, I don't say it. So now that we have our baseline, we can go back to our program, run our code again. Now this time we can hit B to begin monitoring our files with that baseline.txt. Okay, it hangs. So let's give it a go. So we're in the file path. Let's start making some changes. Let's say change. We'll exit out of here and make sure to save. And if we go back to our program, code green, test1.txt has been changed. That's neat. And it's gonna keep going unless I go back, delete those changes, save it, and it stops alerting us. We can clear that out. So programs like these are called FIMs, file integrity monitors, and it's doing just that. So let's try again. Let's run our code, begin monitoring, and this time let's go into our file path and add a new file. We've added test1 copy, and look at that, test1-copy.txt has been created. Let's go back, delete it, and our program stops alerting us. You can control C. Alright, let's do this one more time. Run our code, begin monitoring, And this time, let's delete a file, but I won't delete it, I'll just move it onto the desktop. And code yellow. test1.txt has been deleted. Yep. And that's integrity. Really. It's, again, making sure our baseline is what it says it is. And if it ever changes, deletes, people make additions, we can get those necessary alerts. Let's see. Let's get back our test one. Again, I encourage you guys to download the code, take a look at it. You know, you'll get some practice in PowerShell. And that's pretty much it. That was integrity with the real world example. And I'll catch you guys later. See ya.